I'm Kate Farthing, and I'm majoring in mass communications here at Menlo. And I should graduate in May of 2011. We'll see if that actually happens. The problems here at Menlo right now aren't really being addressed or discussed. They're being kept quiet. They're cutting classes without telling the students. Well, we finally have a teach-out plan, so I guess it's being told now. And we're going to have to substitute some of our classes, which is really frustrating. As a junior transfer, I didn't even know the mass comm major was going away until second semester this year, which I think is completely inappropriate for the faculty to keep students uninformed. I think it's irresponsible of them, so that was a little bit frustrating, knowing that they think they've told everyone, but they haven't, especially incoming students. This was in 2009, in November of 2009, and it's, April of 2010, and there's still tons of confusion. It's very frustrating too when you're going into classes that are being offered one more time, so they're not updating any of the equipment. Like when it rained really bad the other month, they didn't update any of the radio equipment that was damaged from the water. And we had a class, music industry, that we couldn't even go into the classroom because it was like roped off because it was flooded. And it's frustrating because we're paying the same amount as business students and we're not getting treated anything like the business students. My fear for my senior year is having to take substitute classes that aren't going to be as great as what I could have gotten had I been here 5 years ago. I know they're doing classes like IDRs, which are independent study classes with professors, and I know that that's not going to be what I could have gotten in a classroom with 15 students learning from their experiences, and that frustrates me. But I guess it is what it is, and in a year, it's all I have to think about. I have a degree in a year.
My name is Sean Lent. My major is mass communication with a focus in marketing, and my graduation date would be fall of 2010, if not sooner. Some of the advantages for having mass comm classes here at Menlo are, there's a lot of advantages. It gives students an opportunity to work in a field that they feel desirable. There's a lot of opportunities available in the field of communications. You can go into broadcasting, you can go into the list is never ending. I think dropping a program at any institute or anything is a huge disadvantage, especially for Menlo College as a mass communication major. I feel disrespected in a sense. I feel a little upset. I came in here as a transfer student to study the field of mass communications, and when I leave here I'll be knowing that I left, I was one of the last remaining students in the mass comm field, and that's upsetting to me personally because it lets me know that other students aren't going to have the same advantage or the same opportunities that I got to learn here. It's just bothering, definitely upsetting. I mean, cutting a program all around isn't fun. They weren't professional at all about the way they went about their business. I mean, this is a business school, and not informing any student or parent or anybody of that factor, a heads up, a notice, some type of verification. When I came in here, no one said that mass communication was going to be dropping, and that was in the fall of 2008. We're now in the spring of 2010, and it's now just being talked about, So not allowing, first-year students next year the opportunity to graduate in the mass comm field. It's just like, where was the heads up when I first transferred in? At least let me know, you know what I'm saying? So it's bothering. I think it's unprofessional, unethical as an institute, as a private institute especially, paying this much money. So, bothered. It wasn't much talked about. There was a lot of chitter-chatter about the discussion. The way I felt upon this topic is it It was upsetting. I took it personal a little bit because I felt attached to my professors. I thought that they could have handled the situation a little bit more professionally.
Okay, my name is Stephanie Williamson. My major is Mass Comm, and I graduate May 8th. I think with cutting the Mass Comm, it's a bad idea. There's not a lot of schools in the area that have Mass Comm programs right now, in this area I should say. And with the businesses around here, like Google and Apple, I think Mass Comm degree will hold up very highly. So cutting it in this area is not, I don't think it's a good idea. But I guess they think it's a good idea for the title as Silicon Valley's business school. But I think it's very unfair what they're doing. As far as them going about it, I think what they did was a little too late. The teach out plan I think should have been given out way earlier. We just received it I think last week, if not the week before. And I just think that's way too late. Registration's coming up, freshmen are freaking out, and I feel bad for them because I know their juniors freaking out and they only have a year left, but freshmen have, 3 more years left and they're freaking out. So I think the way they went about it was a little wrong, keeping everybody in the secret, and everybody's just kind of wondering, is it being cut, is it being cut? And finally they admitted it, but they admitted it way too late. I feel like we pay a lot of money to come here, and if you're going to cut our program, then what are we doing here, So yeah, I think the way they went about it was wrong, to keep the students in the dark about this whole thing. I'm personally okay because it's my last semester, and so I'll be fine, but I have friends that are not going to be fine. They're worrying about if they're going to get classes in on time.